Now I want to ask you about once a seller finds you, or you happen to be introduced to them, whatever, and they decide to go with you, what is the first thing you have to do with them? Walk me through that.
So the first thing that I have to do with a seller, first of all, is to create the relationship and rapport, and make sure that there's some trust there, so they know how I work. I generally pull comps to see what's going on in the neighborhood, comparable sales, and take a look at their house so that I can compare the interior and exterior of their house to what I am seeing in photographs online, which photos can be deceiving. I'm
Sure.
really, I like to take really good photos, and if it's not of a great house, most of the time the buyer will walk in and say, "This looks better in the pictures." So,
Right.
so you have to really be able to see through the shiny when you're looking at photos of comps.
Right.
So,
Real quick, I want to throw something at you that you just made me think of. When you are doing, and this goes for all realtors, you have to take good pictures of the garage.
Oh,
Because us guys that are buying houses are looking at us. A lot of us are looking at that garage size. Can we put our show cars in there? You know what I mean? Can we put stuff in there? A lot of people don't do that, and I'm like, that's a really big part of a house. The house has a 2-car garage. Can we see it?
right.
See, we're learning.
I'm learning. And 20 years in, I think I've taken a photo of maybe 3 garages.
You got to put it in there.
Yeah.
That's a big part of the house.
Thanks.
And some people really need their garage. And nowadays, people want to convert them to ADUs.
Right.
Another reason they need to know what they're looking at. And don't be shy about measuring the size of that garage and putting that in your listing too. Because people need to know that as well.
Can I measure it with my feet? Can I just...
Yeah, you're probably approximate.
Okay.
Typically, they're like 19 by 20 or something like that, 18 by 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a tip for you, because I recently just bought a house, and I was always looking, where's that garage at? Is it attached? Right. Single car garage? Useless. That's like a trash can place to put your trash cans. Useless. You can't do anything with that. But,
well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I'm waiting for that final call.
You're going to get it today.
To get my keys.
Coming.
So that was your tip. Go ahead. Continue with what you were saying now.
I don't remember what that was.
What we're talking about was what do you have to do when you get your seller?
Oh, so we go over the comps and over pricing, right? So if we do that over the phone before I see the house, I always let them know that there could be, there could be a big price difference when it comes to what I am telling them and what they think they know.
What they think they know.
What they think they know, right? And what I see and what my opinion is. And my opinion is just an opinion. I can't guarantee that your house is going to sell for the top, bottom, or middle price. And I can't guarantee that it's going to sell in 3 days or in 33 days. So, so I always let them know that up front. And then I go and see the house. And, we always talk about, like, do agents, did you take a look around? Right? Do you take a look around, and do you look for items that are broken? That's where my eyes go. My eyes go to cracks in the wall. I go to the panel and see how small and old it is. I don't know anything really about the size of a panel, but you can kind of, if the panel's this big, you know that it's a small panel. It's a small panel. Yes. So, and you can see
physical size.
You can physically see, even with the cover on it, whether it's old or whether it's newer. So, and the way it's constructed, obviously you can tell when it's a new panel. But and I don't go under the house. But I can.
Why not?
I don't have a suit, John.
I'll let you borrow one.
I'm sure you would, but no, thank you. Rats dripping? No, thank you. That's for you.
Well, first of all,
that's why you get paid the big bucks.
Yeah. First of all, the chance of you seeing a live rat is 1 million to 1, probably. You might see a few dead ones trapped in some traps.
No, thank you. Thanks. Okay. I can usually, you usually can tell if there's granule loss on a roof, so I can see whether a roof is old
if it's shiny from the ground and it's composition shingle, then there's a problem.
And I can see wood rot. I mean, that's where my eyes go to those things when I just go visit a friend.
Do you check water heaters?
I don't check water heaters.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
Well, I'm just trying to help you out so you can, better prepare yourself for your listing. And like I said, I'm going to break that down a little bit later.
I do look at the air conditioning.
Okay, when you look at it, what are you looking at?
I'm looking for age.
Okay. What if you can't see the unit that's in the attic?
Then
someone has to tell you,
I
right?
wait.
Somebody has to tell you.
Yeah.
So instead of
I ask.
Right.
I ask and then I wait for
most homeowners
for you to come and take a look
right.
at it and tell
most
me what's
homeowners
up.
are going to give you the wrong information when you ask them how old their system is.
Yeah.
Unless the guy's really savvy to it and he takes care of his house. If it's a very clean house, chances are the owner's going to know what's going on because they obviously care about the house and they've kept it maintained. Typically, that the guy in the family, the dad or the whoever it is typically going to be pretty savvy with that stuff. But if you walk into a house, it's just deferred maintenance everywhere. That means no one knows anything.
Right.
Nothing's been serviced, and
when it had been serviced in 20 years prior, they always tell you that it's 5 years prior.
Yeah, yeah.
I did it about 5 years ago.
It's always 5 years ago. How old's that roof? Yeah, there's no labels on roofs.
No.
It's a best guess, even for a pro roofer. Yeah. It's a best guess. So that's good stuff that you just mentioned there. Okay, so you were looking at the house, trying to check the major systems, and then what after that? Then what do you?
Then I ask questions.
If you find something old, what do you say to your seller?
Have you done any maintenance on this item? Does it work? Are there any? Let's pretend like it's a panel. Is there anything that doesn't work? Have you had anything repaired? Do you have problems with your breakers? Do you have to flip your breakers all the time?
The lights go dim when you turn the AC on.
Oh, I didn't ask that question. Actually,
that's
maybe
a good one
I should.
to ask.
Yeah.
On an old house,
Do your
it's not
lights
a bad
flicker?
idea.
Do you
Yeah.
get like the seizure strobe light?
Yes. Everyone looks up at the lights, going, "Oh shit!
Yeah,
is it haunted?" So, all right. So, and what about after that? So, let's say is the house like? Does it look like shit on the outside? Does it look like shit on the inside? If the person's kind of a borderline hoarder, what do you tell them to do?
So,
what's your best advice for listeners?
Did you see me like let out a? I am the hoarder whisperer.
The hoarder whisperer. That's quite a title.
I know. I'm trying to shift. If you're spiritual, I'm trying to shift the energy. I've been really working hard at it, but I have worked with several hoarders. They love me. They come to me, and for a long time, I actually got in there physically and helped them whenever somebody needed to purge their house of whatever it is, clean. I mean, I'll go in there and I'll clean the house before I hire a cleaner because I know how much it's going to cost to clean the house. So I'm like, I'll go up in there with my gloves and the scrubber and everything that you need and all my bleach. And so with hoarders, my last experience, which was recently with a hoarder, I didn't help physically, which was the first time actually that I said no. And I said, we will assess the house when everything is out because I couldn't see anything.
Sure. So right now I'm trying to picture you in a hazmat suit when you go into a hoarder's house. I hope you have one on.
See, I'm certified in
crazy people.
That. And and another field where I had to be around really deep, dark smells. And so I can go into a house and take a deep breath before I go in and understand that it's not going to smell good. It's not going to feel good on my skin and in my eyes, and just relax.
Yeah.
So I stay as relaxed as possible so that I can interact with the client because most of the time they feel shame. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to be the flame under that under that gas and blow that up in a way where they don't want you in the house. So you have to be as relaxed as possible when you're working with a client like that.
Well, you are a better person than I am, because I have been in situations where I walk through the front door, I literally get slapped in the face by the nastiest odors, and I just turn right around, go to the van, and get my respirator, and I do the entire inspection with a respirator on. I am not going to put up with that. And I got rubber gloves on. It's like, and I've actually turned down jobs in the past. I've walked in, said, I ain't touching this place, and I've left. I refunded their money. I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah. Before you and I worked together, I had a house that was listed with another agent. I knew the seller. She wasn't happy with the agent. She said, I don't know what to do. And I said, I'll bring you a buyer. She said, it's a total fixer. I brought a buyer who was an investor, and I was working with this other inspector who I think you've met before.
Okay.
And there were piles of cat feces that were up to his waist throughout the entire house. And it was the most, he said he was sick for like 3 days after working in that environment.
So
it was
the inspector
like
actually
total
did it.
hoarder crack house.
You're talking about the inspector.
Yeah. It was the total hoarder crack house, cat feces everywhere, no cat boxes, tons of cats. So, I mean,
you can get really sick from
seen some
inhaling
shit.
that. You can get really sick from inhaling that.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, if you go into stuff, you need to put a respirator on.
Yeah.
It's not good. You don't want that in your system. Some nasty stuff out there. So yeah, that's a interesting story.
Yeah.
The cat lady.
She's a cat lady. She's a cracked out cat lady, but
Okay, tip for everybody out there. Don't become a cat lady.
don't become a crackhead.
And don't become a crackhead.
Yeah.